Chosen one, have you ever wondered why certain people, especially the powerful, the prideful, the ones who think they control everything, seem uneasy the moment you walk into the room? It's not because of what you wear, or what you own, or even what you say. It's because of what you carry. Your presence shifts atmospheres, your energy reveals truth, and your spirit carries a light that cannot be ignored. And while some are drawn to it, others are shaken by it because deep down they realize you are not ordinary. You are chosen. And today, I'm going to reveal 7 undeniable signs that prove the elite don't understand your light, but they fear it. 1. Your presence exposes their darkness. Expanded. Chosen one, have you noticed how people suddenly get uncomfortable the moment you walk into the room? You don't even have to say a single word, yet the atmosphere shifts. That's because your very presence carries a light that exposes what is hidden in the dark. Those who walk in deception, manipulation, and control feel uneasy when you're around. They don't see just a person. They sense something spiritual, something holy, something beyond what they can explain. You shine a light on the lies they've built their lives on, and without trying, you reveal the truth they've worked so hard to bury. That's why some people avoid eye contact with you, why others gossip behind your back, and why the elite feel unsettled in your presence. It's not that you've done anything wrong. It's that your energy, your spirit, and the anointing on your life reminds them of everything they lack. While they thrive in hidden agendas and false appearances, your light uncovers motives and breaks illusions. This is why they whisper, why they question, why they're shaken. They can't stand too close to you without feeling the weight of conviction. Your presence alone forces them to confront what they've been running from. The undeniable truth that light always conquers darkness, and that no shadow can remain hidden when you step into the room. 2. They can't label or define you. Chosen one of the greatest frustrations for the elite is that they cannot put a label on you. They live in a world where everyone must fit into a box, a title, a category, or a status level they created. But when it comes to you, they're confused. You don't fit their molds, and that unsettles them deeply. They ask themselves, who are you? What are you? Where did you come from? Because nothing about you makes sense in their system. You are multidimensional. You carry wisdom far beyond your years, strength that cannot be explained, and gifts that weren't taught by men but given directly by God. The elite are used to controlling people by defining them, by telling them who they are, what they can achieve, and how far they can go. But you break all their categories. You are not just intelligent, you are spiritually wise. You are not just resilient, you are divinely protected. You are not just unique, you are chosen. And because they cannot define you, they cannot confine you. To them, this is dangerous. To you, it is proof of your divine identity. You are a mystery that refuses to be solved, and every time they think they've figured you out, you reveal another layer that leaves them in awe. You are a living reminder that no earthly system can define what heaven has appointed. 3. You operate from a higher source. The elite are puzzled by you because you move differently. While most people scramble for approval, chase after recognition, or bend under pressure, you walk with a calm authority that doesn't make sense to them. Why? Because you're connected to a higher source. Your energy, your insight, and your inner strength don't come from money, status, or human validation. They come directly from God. This is why when you speak, your words carry weight. When you act, your steps seem guided by unseen wisdom. When storms hit, you don't collapse like others, you stand firm, and sometimes even rise higher. The elite can't understand this because their power comes from control, manipulation, and worldly systems. But you are plugged into the eternal, into the divine. They sense it even if they can't explain it. They look at you and wonder why you don't need their approval, why their threats don't scare you, why you don't crave what they crave. The answer is simple. You know who your source is, and it isn't them. That unsettles them, because someone who doesn't rely on their system is someone they cannot control. Your reliance on God makes you untouchable in ways they will never grasp. And that's exactly why your light shakes them. They are witnessing a power they cannot manufacture, a strength they cannot replicate, and a peace they cannot steal. 4. They can't manipulate you. The elite thrive on control. They love pulling strings, pressing buttons, and manipulating people into submission. It's how they've built their kingdoms and maintained their power. But you, chosen one, are the exception. Their tactics don't work on you. When they try to intimidate you, you don't flinch. When they attempt to flatter you, you don't fall for it. When they set traps for you, somehow you discern it before it even happens. And this drives them mad. They whisper, "Why can't we control this one? Why won't they bend?" What they fail to realize is that you are guided by discernment, by spiritual wisdom, and by an unshakable identity rooted in something greater than this world. Their tricks bounce off of you because your spirit sees through deception. You've been through too much, survived too many trials, and seen the hand of God too clearly to ever be fooled again. The elite hate this because they measure their power by how many people they can control. But when it comes to you, their power is useless. And nothing threatens them more than someone who cannot be bought, broken, or manipulated. You remind them that their influence is limited, and that divine authority will always outrank earthly schemes. 5. Your resilience breaks their logic. Chosen one of the greatest reasons the elite are shaken by you is because your resilience simply doesn't make sense. By their calculations, you should have been broken a long time ago. They saw the storms you walked through. They watched the betrayals, the losses, the heartbreaks, and the struggles that would have destroyed anyone else. They studied your story, and according to their logic, you should have collapsed under the weight. You should have given up. You should have lost your fire. You should have disappeared quietly into defeat. But instead, here you are, stronger, wiser, brighter, and that doesn't add up to them. Every time you rise again, it's like an earthquake to their system, because it proves that there is a power working in you that they cannot understand and cannot stop. Your resilience is not ordinary, it's supernatural. It's not just about survival, it's about transformation. Each time life tried to bury you, you didn't just come back the same. You came back renewed, sharper, more powerful than before. The elite don't understand this because their entire system thrives on control and predictability. They know how to break people. They know how to strip away confidence, crush spirits, and drain hope. But when they tried to apply those same tactics to you, they were left confused. They thought the weapons formed against you would prosper, but every attack only pushed you closer to your purpose. Every closed door led you to a bigger one. Every rejection only revealed your true direction. Instead of breaking you, the trials built you. Instead of silencing you, the struggles gave you a louder voice. And instead of defeating you, the fire refined you. This is why they whisper, "How is this possible? How do they keep getting back up?" They don't realize that you were never standing in your own strength. Your foundation is spiritual, your power is divine, and your resilience comes from the one who promised that no weapon formed against you would prosper. They are used to people who rely on them, people who crumble without their validation, people who can be controlled with fear. But you are different. You don't need their approval, you don't need their system, and you don't need their protection. God Himself has been your shield, your provider, and your strength in the midnight hour. And here's what really shakes them. Every time they thought they had you cornered, you found a way out. Every time they thought you were finished, you rose again, louder, bolder, stronger. Your life is a living testimony that resilience is not about avoiding pain, but about refusing to let pain define you. It's about taking every wound, every scar, every moment of despair, and turning it into fuel for your destiny. That's why the elite stare at you with confusion. They've studied power, but they've never encountered a resilience like yours. Because your strength is not man-made, it's God-given. Chosen one, understand this, your resilience is proof of your anointing. If you were ordinary, they would have destroyed you already. If you were weak, you would have quit a long time ago. But the fact that you are still here, still shining, still walking with your head held high, is the greatest evidence of who you are. You are chosen, you are covered, and you are unstoppable. The elite don't understand it, but they fear it. Because every time you rise again, you remind them of the one truth they cannot control. That God's hand on a person's life will always outweigh any scheme, any plan, or any opposition that rises against them. 6. You carry a light that heals and awakens others. Chosen one, One of the greatest reasons the elite are so shaken by you is because your very presence has the power to awaken and heal people in ways they cannot explain. You carry a light within you that was not taught in schools, not given by society, and not created by men. It is a divine gift, and the moment you step into a room, that light begins to shift atmospheres. People who were weary suddenly feel a sense of hope. People who were broken find comfort just being near you. People who were asleep spiritually begin to wake up, even without you preaching a single word. Your light does what the elite fear most. It sets people free from the illusions they have carefully built. Understand this: systems of power thrive on keeping people blind, asleep, and trapped in cycles of fear and control. The elite rely on distraction, division, and deception to maintain their influence. But your light pierces through that fog. You carry truth in your spirit, and truth always confronts lies. This is why some people are drawn to you instantly, while others become strangely uncomfortable around you. The ones who are ready for awakening feel peace in your presence. But the ones still hiding in darkness feel exposed. And the elite, they see you as a threat, because your light has the ability to undo everything they've worked so hard to establish. Think about it. Have you noticed how strangers often confide in you, even when you don't ask? They tell you their struggles, their secrets, their pain, because something in you feels safe, trustworthy, and healing. That is not by accident. Your spirit carries a frequency that resonates with truth and love, and people sense it. You don't even realize how many lives you touch simply by being yourself. Sometimes, it's a word you speak that brings clarity. Other times, it's just your presence that calms storms in people's hearts. You have become a walking reminder that God is real, that light is stronger than darkness, and that hope is never lost. And this is exactly why the elite fear you, because awakened people are powerful people. Once a person begins to see clearly, they can no longer be controlled by lies. Once they taste truth, they can no longer be enslaved by fear. Once they feel genuine light, they no longer crave artificial approval. Your very existence becomes a spark that ignites others to question, to search, to rise. And for those in power who thrive on control, that is terrifying. They cannot afford for too many people to wake up, because an awakened generation is unshakable. And yet here you are, walking around carrying a light that effortlessly awakens souls, one encounter at a time. But let me tell you this, your light not only awakens, it heals. People who were carrying silent battles suddenly feel seen around you. People who were ready to give up find strength again because they crossed paths with you. That is the mark of someone chosen by God. Your life becomes a vessel of healing without you even trying. Your words soothe wounds. Your smile restores hope. Your spirit carries peace. This healing light cannot be bought, replicated, or manufactured. It is divine. And no matter how much the elite try to copy or counterfeit it, they will never succeed, because what you carry is authentic. Chosen one, never underestimate the power of your presence. It is not about being perfect or flawless. It's about being aligned with the source of all light. That alignment is what makes you dangerous to darkness. That alignment is what makes the enemy restless when you wake up in the morning. That alignment is what causes entire rooms to shift when you walk in. And yes, this is why the elite are shaken by you. Because your light not only shines, it spreads. It awakens those asleep, heals those in pain, and frees those trapped in fear. And every soul you touch becomes one less person who can be controlled. So remember this, your light is not a weakness. It is your greatest weapon. It is why you've survived, why you've endured, and why you cannot be ignored. The elite don't have to understand it, and they never will. Because your light is not of this world, it was placed inside you by God Himself. And no darkness, no system, no power can ever overcome it. Keep shining, chosen one. Because every time you shine, you awaken, you heal, and you remind the world that God's light cannot be silenced. 7. They whisper about you because they can't ignore you. Asterisk, chosen one. The final and perhaps most telling sign that the elite are shaken by your light is this. They whisper about you because they cannot ignore you. They may pretend you don't matter. They may act like you're invisible. They may even dismiss you publicly. But behind closed doors, your name is on their lips. They're asking questions. Who is this? How are they doing this? Why can't we stop them? They watch your life, they study your moves, and they quietly admit, though they'll never say it out loud, that you are not ordinary. Understand this. When people whisper about you, it means you have made an impact they cannot deny. If you were truly insignificant, they wouldn't waste their breath. But the fact that they discuss you in secret, the fact that your presence lingers in their thoughts, the fact that they monitor your steps, is proof that you carry weight in the spiritual and natural realms. They can't figure you out, and it bothers them. They don't know how you keep rising, how you keep shining, how you keep breaking limits. And so they whisper. But here's the deeper truth. Those whispers are confirmation. Every rumor, every discussion, every sideways glance is evidence that your light is being felt in places you don't even realize. You may think you're unnoticed, but the reality is this. Your presence is so undeniable that even your silence speaks loudly. You don't have to demand attention. Attention naturally follows you because you are chosen. You don't have to chase recognition. Recognition finds you because your spirit cannot be hidden. The elite whisper about you because you represent something they cannot control: freedom. You show people what it looks like to live untouchable by fear, unmoved by lies, and unshaken by systems. Your very existence disrupts the narrative they've worked so hard to maintain. And that's why you've felt resistance, opposition, and envy. Not because you're weak, but because you're powerful. Not because you're failing, but because you're rising higher than they ever expected. Think about it. You've been through battles that should have silenced you, yet your voice only grew stronger. You've walked through fire that should have burned you, yet you came out refined. You've faced betrayals that should have broken your trust, yet your heart remains full of love. And the elite look at this and whisper, "How?" They cannot comprehend it, so instead of admitting it, they talk about it. They try to explain you, but they can't. They try to define you, but you keep evolving. They try to stop you, but God keeps pushing you forward. Chosen one, take this as encouragement. Whispers are proof of your influence. Even when it feels like no one sees you, heaven sees you. Even when it feels like you're overlooked, you are being studied more than you know. Even when it feels like you're isolated, your impact is spreading silently. And the whispers? They are the sound of the elite acknowledging your power without ever intending to. But here's the beautiful part: you don't need to respond to their whispers. You don't need to defend yourself or prove yourself. Your life is your answer. Your resilience is your answer. Your light is your answer. Let them whisper, because their whispers only amplify your significance. The louder they talk behind your back, the clearer it becomes that you are ahead of them. The more they plot in the shadows, the more it proves your light is blinding their plans. And never forget this: whispers always precede recognition. The same voices that once questioned you will one day be forced to acknowledge you. The same mouths that tried to dismiss you will one day have to honor you. Because when God has chosen you, no amount of whispering, scheming, or resisting can erase your destiny. The elite can talk all they want, but they cannot stop what heaven has already written over your life. So, chosen one, lift your head. Don't let the whispers discourage you. Let them confirm you. Don't let the gossip weaken you. Let it remind you of your strength. Don't let their confusion shake you. Let it fuel your confidence. You were never meant to be understood, you were meant to be seen. And the fact that they whisper about you, even in secret, proves one undeniable truth. You cannot be ignored. You are light, you are chosen, and you are unstoppable. Chosen one, now you understand why the elite are shaken. It's not your appearance, not your status, not even your words. It's your light. A light that exposes darkness, breaks chains, awakens souls, and reminds the world that God's power is greater than any system of man. And here's the truth: you don't need their approval, their recognition, or their acceptance. The whispers, the confusion, the fear, they are all confirmation of who you are. So never dim your light to make others comfortable. Never hide your gift to avoid being noticed. And never doubt the power you carry. Because the very fact that they can't understand you, the very fact that they whisper about you, the very fact that they're shaken by your presence is proof you are chosen. You are set apart. And no elite, no darkness, no opposition can stop what God has already ordained. Keep shining, keep rising, and remember this: what they can't explain, they can't control. And what they can't control, they fear. That fear, chosen one, is your confirmation that you are unstoppable.